you'd like, or,
Hmm.
you know?
Oh,
okay.
What about silence?
What I mean.
Yeah.
Silence is actually a really beneficial thing, and we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do this one first.
All right, and you're using my computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my charger. Really.
All right.
And just for timing's sake, how many, some of you need to leave early. How many need to leave early?
I don't have to leave early anymore because I just did so the reason I'm late is 'cause
Okay.
that meeting got moved up, so now I can stay the whole
Okay,
time.
so you're okay. You're leaving early.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, you're here.
Yes.
You're
I
leaving.
slacked to see if marketing could cover the meeting.
Oh,
that I'm
okay.
Gonna be in.
So we may all make it.
Go ahead without the PowerPoint. So she's getting her charger. Should I? So the let's see. So we're going to talk about what I call the psychology of listening. And it's a really nice foundational thing to think about whenever you're presenting. And so for starters, I want to, so not saying, when you're presenting, let me ask, do you guys feel like sometimes it's hard to keep people's attention? Yeah, right? So that challenge of how do you keep people's attention? Right? And a lot of times you'll hear people say like, you know, what skills do you need to improve? And people say, oh, I need to improve my listening skills, right? We are, so talking about listening and listening skills, do you have it up? Do you
No, I
have?
was looking for it and I still haven't gotten it.
Let me see if it went through. So, what is the average attention span of the average American adult? I think it's worldwide. What do you think is our average attention span in listening?
Oh, it just came through.
What? No, how many seconds or minutes or hours or what do you think? How long do you think is our average?
3 seconds.
45?
10 minutes.
30 seconds?
30 seconds.
They find it's 22 seconds. Every 22 seconds, people's mind tends to wander. And it can wander to thinking about, well, what am I gonna have for dinner? I wish I brought my bottle of water. Why did I leave it in my office, right? You know how your mind does that. For a second, it goes away and then it comes back. Does she have it up? Not yet.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up and then I'm gonna present it on
Okay.
Zoom, so Michael.
The next
is
question
also on
is,
the Zoom.
how many words per minute do we speak on average?
Can you repeat that?
How many words so every 22 seconds, our attention wanders. How many words per second do we speak per minute on average? More,
100.
more,
200.
about 150. So about 150 words per minute. Per minute. How many words can we process listening per minute on average?
Like 22.
Maybe
A third of that.
More,
300?
300.
Oh, wow.
Right? Do you ever listen to like audiobooks or podcasts and it's too slow? So you double the speed, but more than double, it's hard to follow, right? So listening 300 words per minute, speaking about 150 words per minute, and then mentally thinking how oh, she's there, right? Go to the first slide. Oh, no, go present. Present.
No, isn't that what I just
No,
did?
no,
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Right, oh,
Let me just make
And-
sure that's what's being shared.
and
Here
no,
we
no,
go.
Interesting. It is
There
presenting
we
on
go.
there. It's not presenting
it's
there.
not.
It is on the Zoom though.
You're presenting on
It
mine.
is actually presenting. on Zoom,
Oh,
Just not in this room.
that's so weird. Oh my God, that's so weird. Maybe because it's, I don't know, oh, well.
Well, now we can.
No, you're frozen. Here's why. You're frozen up there because Michael hasn't moved and actually it's showing us.
Oh.
with-
Yeah,
That's why it's
Frozen.
presenting. The Zoom's frozen.
hasn't gotten there yet. Yeah.
There we go.
Um,
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Most
Fourth industrial
technologically.
Yeah, that's it.
So you guys, it's 300 to 400 words per minute that we speak. And then mentally, how many words our brain can process is about 1,000 or more. Right? Look at, can you go to our next slide? So why?
Yeah.
Why does that happen? Oh,
It's here.
Let me, yeah, let me undo this one and I'll go back on it. Sorry.
that's so weird. Oh my God.
Feels
Um,
frustrating.
I know, it really is frustrating. Yeah.
There we go. Try.
So why does that happen? So your brain can only process one thought at a time, right? If you ever done yoga or meditate, you know that your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. And sorry, you just gotta pull up my, sorry, oh my gosh. I don't know why this is so hard.
Do you remember at orientation? I was having the same problem.
And I'm good with technology.
Yeah, you never have a problem. This
I
is
never have
frustrating.
trouble.
Did we report it
What?
when it happened at?
I did not report it because I just assumed that's how it worked.
We just need to every single time, because that alumni room too, like,
It's terrible.
we've reported it and reported it. It's
Okay.
funny each time, like
Oh.
Mark comes and fixes it and goes, it's fixed. And then next time Mike is like, no, I fixed it. And I'm like, that's what Mark said.
So your brain can only focus on one thought per time. Can you go to the next bullet?
Yeah.
And it's constantly manages its focus and its distractions. Go to the next slide, please. Is that, whose phone is that? Is that your phone?
I don't hear a phone.
You don't need? Oh, I thought I heard a phone, no? Oh, Celeste Headley, she's a National Public Radio host, and she did a whole thing on this, looking at how to have a better conversation, and she noticed the same thing. So she said there's a gap, right? There's a gap between the speaking and listening. She has a slightly different statistics, 225 words per minute speaking, maybe because she's from New York. And then the listening of 500 words per minute. So there's a gap between the person speaking, and you can process more information listening than they're speaking. So what happens in that gap?
Your mind go out.
Yeah, it goes out, and it can go anywhere, right? It is so easy for them to your audience to get distracted, to lose focus, to not really process what you're saying. Can you come to the next slide? Right? The implications for you as the presenter, whose responsibility is it to understand the presentation? Is it you as the presenter, or is it the audience?
The presenter.
The presenter. So what can you do? So I'm sure you've noticed this in presentations. People get distracted. So the solution, come to our next slide. So this is something we've known a long time about this one. When we have longer listening tasks, what percent, like tomorrow, what percent of today's presentation will you probably remember?
15%?
Denny Leclerc would say 2%. He would say 2%.
So nothing.
Many people say 10, I say maybe 20%. What part do you remember? Do you remember the beginning or the end? Or the middle? Or what part do you remember?
The beginning.
The beginning?
And I usually rely on the recap.
The rest of it.
So they find, looking at retention and then duration, can we do the next slide? So we find this is what we call the audience memory curve. And people tend to remember the beginning and the end, and in the middle, their attention drops, right? And then at the end, when people say, this concludes my presentation, they focus again, oh, I have to ask a question. So the goal, go to the next slide, is to try to lift the audience memory curve. Go to the click, click, right? You want to try to lift that up so they remember more. Go to the next slide, and that's how you can focus attention. And with this, so we've talked about the problem, right? Is that there's a gap between the listening and speaking, and people lose focus. The cause is how our brain works and the parts that we remember. So let's look next at the solution. Come to the next slide. It's what we call signposting. And click to the next slide. Where at the start, you indicate the major categories you're talking about. And then during the presentation, you refer back to them. And then you have the conclusion. Can you click, click, click? Right, here's my first point, here's my second point, and here's the end. Now, you may do this somewhat intuitively, but becoming really conscientious of it can make your presentations more powerful. All right, so click. Right, so you want to make how you're organizing your speech transparent. Come to the next one. You want to have an agenda preview so that people can anticipate what's coming. Can you go to the next slide? And you're going to refer back to them so that we can remember. Go to the next slide. Doing this builds up what we call their mental schema. It creates buckets in their head. Have you ever been in a meeting where people said, today we're going to talk about 3 things. They talk about the first thing, the second thing, and they never get to the third thing? Do you ever have that? And right? And your mind goes, I'm like, wait, where's the third thing, right? That's why it happens. Click, click, click. Right? So it creates these buckets, these categories so that people anticipate. That's okay. And so for I had a client who worked for Dial. Remember the old Dial? He was from China, and people said his English was bad and he needed help with his pronunciation and grammar. And I met him, and his pronunciation was fine. His grammar was fine. And what are you talking about? And the issue was that he didn't signpost. So, and he spoke really fast and he had an accent. So people had a hard time following what he was saying. So, and once he started signposting, he immediately got a promotion to a managerial role. So it's really, really powerful. It's conceptually very simple, but not necessarily easy. Let's come to our next slide. So any categories, numbers, regions, groups, advantages, disadvantages, anything that makes explicit how you're organizing your speech. Can I go to the next slide? Next one. So we have this one. Anyone want to read this list for me? Yeah.
But in affecting signposts, also, another, and another, and then, after, then, etc.
Have you ever listened to or attended to a presentation where that's how they connected the information thing? And next, right? And it's just brutal. It's just brutal. Go to our next slide. Because your brain, and click, 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 click. Your brain is trying to anticipate what's coming, and it's trying to create another bucket and another bucket and another category, and it's just exhausting, right? Have you all experienced that before? I know I have. So that's why it's so powerful to do this. Come to our next slide. Let's look at the next one of benefits. Good. It makes you come across as more intelligent, more organized, more prepared, and more professional. And I think it really helps your nonverbal communication. I think you guys were talking about gestures, right? So if you're signposting, you're very naturally going to have gestures that correspond with the signposting, right? You may say, today I'm going to talk to you about 3 really important things. 1, 2, 3, right? It becomes very, very natural. And you talked about pauses, but we'll come to that. Can you click to the next slide? So the signposting, it helps you, it helps your audience, it improves your focus and your attention. Next slide. It creates strategically placed pauses to help people process, understand, and interpret what you're saying. Come to our next slide. And the next one. And click, click, click. Because when you have these pauses, right, when you transition from, here's my first point, now that we've talked about the benefits, right, we're going to look at why these, right, you can see they're natural pauses, and it lends itself to what we call mind wandering, where it gives people time to process what you've said, to understand why it's important. Can you come to our next slide? And then the next steps. Every presentation you give has signposts. Your informational presentation has signposts. Your persuasive presentations have signposts. So when you're planning, you can use these to make your planning more efficient, more effective, and it can help you stay on topic, and it makes everything kind of come together easier. That makes sense? Any questions? So my idea is that today we could go in depth into the informational presentation and have everyone do kind of an impromptu informational presentation using the signposts. How does that sound?
Sounds
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
Scary,
All right, what do you think?
but- Scary.
Um, let me email you the next one.
Okay. Michael, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
Any questions or comments, Michael?
No, I think this is great. I definitely think this will improve at least my presentation skills in the way that I present.
What's your last name again?
Gosnell, Gosnell.
This signposting is something Elizabeth works on with the Share Fellows, and it's super helpful. Even for introducing yourself, you know, people tend to kind of ramble on and don't know how to introduce themselves. And she's worked on with each of them on a signposted introduction. Currently, I'm blah, blah, blah. Professionally, I da, da, da. And academically, maybe we should. It's so powerful. Yeah. And it sort of illustrates in a quick way what the
Yeah,
signposting is. And because the share fellows are so often in these meetings with somebody and they have to go
Yeah.
around the table and introduce themselves, it makes it like really fast. Each of them has something about just the right length. When they don't do it, I hear it immediately. I don't know if you remember when we met the last batch and we were all in the Africa Lounge having lunch, a couple of them forgot to do that. And they were just like, and also, and then the worst is when they say, wait, but before that, you know.
Because for that, tell me about yourself, the most logical structure is chronological. But it's not it doesn't help the listener understand what's important, what's not important.
Yeah, why am I meeting you?
Why
Yeah,
am I meeting you?
yeah.
That, we actually didn't hire a candidate in the UK because she did that.
The
She had
kind of
half an hour
rambling.
with- Half an hour with Patrick and she spent 19 minutes answering the first
Oh
question.
my
Yeah,
God.
you see, that's
Yeah.
it.
And it was
That's it.
very meandering. She's French, right? I mean, it's like, so you could sit with her for 2 hours. It was just marvelous, like poetry. But she had 30 minutes with Patrick and it was just very meandering, this whole kind of like life story when he'd asked her to kind of just briefly describe her career.
Tell me
And
about
that-
yourself
that-
is not to hear
that
about your
did it for her.
childhood. Yeah.
No,
We had
wonderful.
another candidate who did that for the entire interview.
Oh my
Wow.
And at the
God.
end, we were like, okay, so do you have any questions for us?
Come back to your email. That's the old one.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a second. So there are signposts and for the tell me about yourself, as you guys know, it's a checklist. The person listening has a checklist in their head. What's in their checklist? What do they want to know? What's in their checklist?
Who you are, what you do.
Name,
What you do,
what you're currently doing,
how that helps them.
how that helps them,
Why you're qualified.
why you're qualified.
Why a connection might be, I guess
Yeah.
how it helps them, like
Yeah.
why should I be interested?
Why should I
Yeah.
be interested
Yeah.
in you? What's unique about
Yeah.
you?
Just my time with you.
Yeah, time
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
tough.
Did it go through yet?
No.
Oh. It says on my side it went through.
My inbox.
Your friend
Should I just pull it up on my screen?
I don't know that you can.
No, just show it from my laptop.
Oh, but then it won't go to Michael.
Oh, that's true.
You're French?
Is this Outlook?
Yeah. Must be the new.
Edgy, nice black background.
You know, these eyes can't have a lot of brightness.
So when you're always very dark.
I've also noticed with Outlook, if there's an attachment to an email, it takes a minute. Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yeah,
I can
it's just
see that.
Michael won't be able to.
I'll just turn Michael this way and hopefully he can see it, and if not, we'll fill him in. Zoom in,
Okay.
Michael.
Wanna scoot him? Scoot him closer? Can scooch Mike.
Here, Michael, it's scooching you.
All right. So the thematic signposts, the first one is currently. Right, the first one's currently. Michael, first one's currently. The next one is, you're gonna have to read it for me.
Professionally,
Professionally, the next one,
for my educational
from my
background.
educational background.
What I really want you to know about me is.
Yeah, those are your signposts. Those are your signposts. So you can do your self-intro in 30 seconds, right? And this is done for the Share Fellows, so we have the information for them. For me, I would say currently, I'm a communication coach for the Share program. Professionally, I have 35 years' experience teaching ESL and communication, and I taught here at Thunderbird for 17 years, where I taught business communication. In terms of my education, I have a master's in education and a BA in sociology. What I really want you to know about me is I have a very international background. I've been to more than 60 countries. See? Yeah? See how quick it is? You guys want to work on it now?
I need practice.
You can do it. You can do it. But currently, professionally, education, what I really, yeah,
So this changes depending on who you're
It
talking
does.
to, right?
it does. You
Okay.
can, it's easy to adjust it depending on who you're talking to.
Okay, and then I guess like currently is professionally, I feel like for
No,
most,
it's,
no,
it
not.
currently is your
Okay.
role. So for, I don't know what I put.
So-
Professionally is like your background. So
Okay, so
how
I
many
should-
years
years of
experience, like
experience.
what, yeah.
Role,
Okay, that's, yeah,
industries,
that's small.
right? I mean, I would say like maybe, I could have gone into greater depth. I have 20 years experience teaching business communication to primarily graduate students and I don't know, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
the
Yeah.
context determines how much you
Yeah,
in each
yeah.
okay.
Right, you're going around the table at a big thing, you do what Elizabeth
Yeah.
just did. But if you're like one-on-one or, in a thing where you like interview where you've got to say a little bit more about yourself, you can expand it.
Yeah.
So it helps to practice it and be able to.
So Corey, you getting this for us?
Yeah.
And when you say your name, I'll throw this in, so we'll have all of you do it.
I've got it also, so I can throw it up.
Okay, great. So when you say your name, and this is Maria's, her, I don't know, her shtick, her thing, is you can say your name scientifically. So when you have what we call a lot of uptalk, where every sentence you end with an upswing of what you're saying, it can be really confusing because we don't know when you're finishing and we don't really know if you're really asking us a question or if, right? It can be hard, and it's hard because this millennial generation does it all the time. But in introducing your name, what the say your name scientifically is to say your first name, pause, right? So those pauses, and then you say your last name with a falling intonation. So my name is Elizabeth MacDonald. Think about this. Think about the last time you had to give your name to like a nurse or a pharmacy, right? You did it right before. I think you did. Do you say my name's Elizabeth MacDonald? No, because you want them to hear your last name. You say my name is Elizabeth MacDonald, MacDonald, right? You don't say my name's Elizabeth MacDonald. You pause and you have that falling. That's a really powerful way to say your name. You want to go around and tell it? So we'll do the names and then we'll do the self-intro. You ready?
I'll start.
Okay.
Since I know how to do
Yeah.
it. Hello, my name is Maria Poole.
Are we going this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, my name is Socorro, and then I have two last names, Chaides Ramos.
Mhm. So, and I'm gonna say one thing, so her volume dropped as she said her last name. And if you have people who are at all hard of hearing, they're not gonna hear what you're saying. So
Got it.
say it again, but keep your volume sustained.
Hello, my name is Socorro Chaides Ramos.
And I would say have a longer pause. Do it
Between
again,
Each one?
between your first and last names.
Okay. Socorro Chaides Ramos.
Good,
Okay. My name is Jacqueline Alonso Martinez.
good.
Hi, my name is Karen Evans.
Why we all-
Yeah. With headlines, yeah, with emphasis. Hi, everybody. My name is Griffin Gosnell.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin Deegan.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alejandra Molina.
Great. You, yeah, oh.
I thought I was gonna get out of
No.
Hi, everyone. My name is Petra Yates.
Great. You
And
guys
Michael?
did.
Michael.
Oh, Michael,
My name is Michael Silkowski.
most people have a hard time doing.
Very
time.
hard.
You guys did great.
Their
Also,
engagement.
If you're introducing yourself and you're gonna continue speaking, I notice a lot of people blur the end of the last name and what they're gonna say. Hello, my name is Maria Hool and I'm, you know. So
Hool
what
and
you
I.
wanna do is remember, it's hard, it's painful, but give yourself just a brief pause after the last name so they can take it in.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you could see that with the Sheriff Fellows last time, you all know
Yeah.
Jess. Like Jess comes out and he like owns that name and everyone's like, I can't wait to hear what the last name is, you know? Like he
Yeah.
really owns it.
Yeah.
And then the women tend to be a little bit more humble about it and they
Mhm.
sort of blend the name into what they're saying.
Mm.
Own the name, you know, give it a little space on both sides.
Boy, Jess really does own it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good point of pausing afterwards so they know something's coming for that one. Let's have you all work on your self-intro. Use the signposts and you should on the spot. Let's have you guys, if you need to take notes, you can take notes. Do you want to take one?
I have a question
Yeah.
before doing the activity. So, for example, what I really want you to know about me is that, of course, change depending of your audience.
yeah.
In the case of the short fellow, it's because
Yeah.
you will not say I'm searching a
Right.
job, but you say like, oh, I don't know, I speak 5 languages. Depends
Exactly.
of, right?
It
Something
depends.
interesting that make the audience to know, oh, how was that?
And
Or
how
how-
it relates, right? I
Mhm.
could have said, what I really want you to know about me is I've been working with the Sheriff Fellow students for 12 years.
Mhm.
And then everyone goes, right? It's
Right.
whatever.
Could be something to boost your credibility with the audience. It
Yeah.
could be something to
Yeah.
be memorable.
Yeah.
You know, what you really
Yeah.
need to know about me is I read tarot cards, you know, and you're like with that after we talked about share in the first part, right? So.
And you lead in with what I really want you to know about me or you just say something you want them to know about
You
you.
lead in, it's your signpost.
Oh,
It's all of these are your signposts.
okay.
And you start with it. You don't say, I am currently. You say currently, pause, I am. Because it creates that natural pause where people, it's focusing us.
Got
Right,
it.
because we're distracted. But when you say, like, when I say currently, like you pay attention, don't you?
I have a,
Yeah,
sorry, were you about to say something?
For the context of this exercise, who is our audience? Or who should we?
I guess something like this,
Yeah.
except pretend we
Okay.
don't know each other.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like another group of
Yeah.
colleagues,
Yeah.
say. So it doesn't have to be super in
Yeah.
depth. You're not trying to
Yeah.
convince them of
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it can be something casual.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My question is related to my very specific background. What if your educational background is very strange when placed against your current work?
You studied to be a sushi chef.
Yes, and it would throw people off, sort of a thing of, I don't know, president of Thunderbird, but I used to be, a professional daisy picker, or I studied to, pick daisies, something that, is it better that people would go,
I think
Or-
you could make the connection with what I really want you to know about me is my background in opera exposed me to fundraising
Okay.
right? And that's what led me here to Thunderbird or something like that. You can use
It's a
that.
bit of a deeper personal branding
Yeah.
issue that,
Yeah,
but if there's some part of this that you didn't want people to know, you could switch out another heading
Okay.
theoretically.
yeah.
Not for this
Or like
exercise, but
skip
yeah,
one
yeah,
if you
you
wanted
could
to.
change
Yeah.
the headings
Yeah.
in your real life, but for this exercise, those are the headings we'll practice with.
Good. Do you feel ready? Do you want to take a couple minutes? Do you want to practice with each other before we do you want to practice in pairs before we do the whole group?
I want to practice in pairs.
Yeah. You want to practice in pairs
Oh,
before
shoot, I
we do
should
the
have
whole group?
sat next to
Pressure. You can cut across. Actually,
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea.
yeah. then we
First
can
one,
Patreon.
Yeah, or practice in pairs. What do you guys want?
Yeah. Okay.
I
I get to go first.
Okay.
I'm open to either.
They've already started.
Yeah, practice in pairs. And they already practice in
I
pairs.
work.
You and me.
Sorry, I'm currently priority. Professional working for 6 years, and before that, I was in education and travel. Wanting to come to Thunderbird for the global aspect of it.
Okay, that's
For my educational background,
Hi, my name is Karen.
I went to Thunderbird before that. I was still very much with a degree in psychology. And what I really want you to know about me is I have lived in 4 different countries
My background is that I've spent
and really
the last
enjoyed
20 years
spending time with other cultures and communities. So Thunderbird's a good one. Sorry, I'm looking above you.
But just try
My
to
education
things
background, I had an MBA.
Okay, so the currently is supposed to be like the full reasons to the state. So like your position.
What I really want you to know about me is that
Perfect. My name is Caitlin. Currently, management and the executive director of fundraising team. Variety of functions. Professionally, I have been fundraising for close to 20 years now. My educational background is an undergrad and graduate degree in art history from ASU, which allowed me to travel globally and actually find my way to Thunderbird. And what I really want you to know about
Professional programs helping women entrepreneurs.
For
my
education
Management and international relations.
struggling.
What I really want you to know
I mean,
about
for you, you're
is
talking about
that,
your that you have a really keen eye and like
struggle with.
Well,
you're so like so good at hearing
Really,
like somebody's giving or like their engagement with something great, like continue to bring the like.
I really love languages and I
But you can
what's your Japanese
about me?
serious now?
say.
I like it. So when I finish, you can like to do some of the events.
Yes, like yeah, but I mean, it's easy to go to try. What like a job that I need that's a really, I feel that when
So
the
you hear
title
what the
comes,
prompts are that you need to do.
What I really want you to know about me is I find it
that the
incredibly
title tells them what
rewarding
they want to know, what you do,
help people
how many
to
you
make
make, how they will serve them,
Great.
what they need to.
That's really beautiful.
Oh my God.
So that's.
Okay, do you want to go again?
It's been nice to meet you. I've been now.
But
Currently,
it's just
I am in development at Thunderbird and I work on pairing donor interests with school priorities and pairing their philanthropic resources to make really wonderful things happen. Professionally, I've been in this role at Thunderbird for 6 years and
So they went on and on and on.
You see, the listener kind of on.
Thunderbird for 6 years, working
I coach a lot of
Working
my
development.
young kids that are.
Yeah, for my educational background, I went to Loyola Marymount, before that, and to Thunderbird, which allowed me to really stay listening and working closely. What I really want you to know about me is that I have lived in foreign countries and have really enjoyed seeing the world and learning about other cultures and carrying that with my own, which is why I love this book.
Yeah,
A map.
even you know. you're not to follow the structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
finding it hard to find it.
And then the other.
This would really be so dependent.
For sure.
But then there's like sections, I wonder if we should pretend that like.
Yeah,
He
that's
never
what I
told
was
me
thinking. Yeah.
he never told
And I feel like I
and I
would.
this is where I'm getting lost.
And I would because I'm a Thunderbird, so yeah, I didn't feel that.
Most people don't like that's it comes up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. My name is I know you. Currently, I am the associate director of donor.
But then you gotta tell me that
here at Thunderbird. Professionally, I have been fundraising for over 10 years in a variety of capacities. My educational background is actually a master's degree in history and actually those degrees allowed me to travel globally, which eventually led me to Thunderbird. And what I really want you to know about me is that
And that's.
We ready?
I'll never know.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who'd like to go first? My group, our group over here, we all did great, but who would like to go? Okay.
Michael.
Michael.
Oh.
God bless Michael.
Go here.
Okay, let me just go right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, my name is Michael Slakowski. Currently, I'm an assistant director of alumni engagement at the Thunderbird School of Global Management, where I work with a team of individuals dedicated to engaging alumni through enriching programmatic opportunities. Professionally, I have over 8 years of experience working in higher education at 2 world-class universities, connecting its global alumni with their alma mater. In terms of education, I have a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations from Michigan State University's James Madison College. What I really want you to know is that my global mindset has opened up opportunities for me to learn through different cultural experiences and developing friendships from around the world from different countries.
Nice job.
5 stars.
Nice job. Who's next?
Oh, okay, go ahead. Alejandra. Jackie's just using her like silent nod over here.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alejandra Molina. Currently, I am the Assistant Director of Alumni Engagement at Thunderbird. I am also a 2019 T-Bird. Professionally, I have 5 years experience in alumni engagement, event planning, marketing, relationship building. For my educational background, I have a master's degree from Thunderbird, in addition to a bachelor's degree in psychology from ASU. What I really want you to know about me is that I love being involved in my community. I currently mentor a 15-year-old high school student.
Very nice. Who's next?
I'll go.
I didn't look at you.
You did initially. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Griffin Gosnell. Currently, I am the Director of Engagement at Thunderbird School of Global Management. I am honored every day to get to pair alumni philanthropic interests with school priorities. Professionally, I've been working at Thunderbird in philanthropy for 6 years. Previous to that, I worked in education in various roles, teaching abroad, and City Year, which is a mentorship program out of Los Angeles. For my educational background, I went to Loyola Marymount in Los Angeles with a degree in art and psychology and got my master's at Thunderbird, which led me into this role. What I really want you to know about me is that I've lived in 4 countries and I speak 3 languages, and Thunderbird is a really wonderful home for me because of those reasons.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to go, Jackie?
I can go. Jackie, we're waiting. Okay. Okay. Concentration because then I'll laugh. Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline Alonso. Currently, I'm working at the Dean's Office in Thunderbird School of Global Management as a project manager in special projects. Professionally, I have been working for 5 years in the government in Mexico in programs with education and entrepreneurship. Also, working here in the US with women that wants to create her business to grow. For my education background, I have a master in global management, actually other studies in Germany, and my bachelor is in international relations. What I really want you to know about me is like I speak 5 languages.
Oh,
I
God.
really love yes, Spanish, English, and German are my best languages here, but I'm learning and improving my French and Italian. Thank you. Merci.
I'm gonna jump in. So if you have multiple work experiences, you can say something like, I have 2 primary work experience in my background. I have a total of 10 years experience primarily in 2 roles. One in blah, 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 and one in blah, 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 blah.
So you're signposting the
You're
signpost.
signposting, right?
Yes.
Right, so for me, I have, my work experience isn't primarily in, in 2 areas. First, it's in higher education, teaching business communication to graduate students. And secondly, as a returned Peace Corps volunteer working as an education administration. Right, so that you signpost. Good, 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 it was good. Who's
Very
next?
good.
Karen or you? Socorro?
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Socorro Chaides Ramos. I'm currently the program coordinator at Thunderbird. I specifically support the alumni engagement and the donor relations teams. My professional background consists of project management mainly, and specifically in the sectors of nonprofit, higher education, and some years in consulting. When it comes to my educational background, I have a bachelor's in science and technological entrepreneurship and management. And what I really want you to know about me is that when it comes to my backgrounds, they're all blended together when it comes to why I chose my position here at Thunderbird. I love project management, but at the end of the day, I find it fulfilling when I'm supporting projects that have a social impact. So I feel like that need and that want is fulfilled here.
Nice. Okay. I guess that's it. One for Maria. Hello, everyone. My name is Petra Yates. I am the Executive Director of Alumni Engagement at Thunderbird. I've been with Thunderbird for 8 years and had the opportunity to work on both the Glendale and the downtown campuses. Professionally, I have more than 20 years of experience working in international education for higher education and nonprofit organizations. For my educational background, I have a master's of public administration with a focus on international development from George Washington University and an undergraduate degree in political science. What I really want you to know about me is that I have lived and worked across 30 different countries and love the opportunity to meet people from all over the world at Thunderbird.
Caitlin or Karen, who's going?
I can go. I have a little bit of a case of sticky mouth from my coffee, so I'm gonna preface that. So if it's bad, it's because I have sticky mouth. It's the coffee fault, it's not me. Hello, I'm Caitlin Deegan. I am currently the Associate Director of Donor Engagement here at Thunderbird. Professionally, my career has been divided in 3 different regions. The first, I started out in academia as a faculty associate teaching art history. I then transitioned into the performing arts and finally landed in philanthropy, where I have been for the last 15 years. My educational background is in art history. I have both my bachelor's and master's in it, and it allowed me to do some incredible world travel that then brought me to Thunderbird. And what I really want you to know about me is that I find demonstrating the impact of philanthropy for people to be incredibly rewarding. And that's why I'm so happy to be here.
No sticky note. No sticky note.
Most people here interviewed me, so I feel like this is quite a recent conversation. So hi everyone, my name is Karen Evans. Currently I lead the philanthropic work of Thunderbird as the Executive Director of Engagement. Professionally, I have almost 20 years experience working in education and philanthropy. I've been at Thunderbird for 18 months, and then prior to that worked at the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and then the University of Liverpool. The Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine was also focused on diseases of poverty around the world, so a good global experience. My educational background, I have an MBA from the University of Manchester and a bachelor's degree from Durham, and also an advanced diploma from the Institute of Fundraising in the UK. And what I really want you to know about me is that I really get a lot of energy from working in big, strategic, intractable, global social issues and trying to unpick solutions to those.
Wow, that was fabulous. Did you guys learn things about each other that you didn't know?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Good job. So you can see these signposts are so powerful, and they can apply for self-introductions and for your presentations. So, I'd like to share with you about informational presentations and give you kind of the formula. Once you know the structure of them, it makes the preparation a lot easier. Yeah, sound good? Do you guys need a short break? Are you okay, or you're good? We can continue. Okay. Griffin, do you want to pull up the informational
Yes.
thing? And then I have a handout for that as well. Let's see. So every presentation has an ultimate purpose. And of thinking, God, do I want them? So information is when you want people to remember what you share, right? Where it's important that they remember. You're not necessarily persuading. You can have the same topic and present it very differently if you're persuading versus informing. Go look at informational first. Did you find the informational, not introducing yourself?
Oh, I thought this was called
And you can
informational.
send that to people. It's a nice little presentation.
Oh, wait, there's so many that I had open. I got it.
All right.
Oh, that's not your fault.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
whoops.
informational.
100%.
All right. All right, we can pass these around. So it's when you need people to remember these things. You know, peace for our safety and security, those were informational presentations for that. You said you guys give informational ones because you want people to remember. Like, what's an example of an informational topic that you give?
Being able to communicate to alumni all the different ways that they can engage with the school.
Yeah. Good. Anyone else?
I think that for a lot of our alumni, they've been disengaged for a long time. So it's actually just sharing the story of Thunderbird and where we've come from and where we're going,
Okay.
and then moving into the persuasive
Okay,
sort of
okay.
ask from a fundraising perspective.
So let's go to the next slide. So the informational presentation is basically 3 elements: your introduction, your body, your conclusion. Click. The introduction has 3 parts: your hook, topic, agenda. The body, click, your major sections, and then the conclusion. 3 parts: you signal, summarize, and end. Right? Easy. For the introduction, why do you start? So you start with the hook, not the topic, right? And we have 6 types of hooks. Why do we start with the hook and not the topic?
To grab the attention.
Good. So I know you guys know, when someone gets up there and they say, hi, today I'm going to talk to you about, what do? Yeah, I said, okay, they're gonna do all the work, I'm gonna, check my phone, right? So you want to engage them, and these are the 6 types of hooks. Will someone read them for me?
A question, a surprising or interesting statistic, a shared experience of shared knowledge, an experience that you share with the audience or shared knowledge.
Yeah, sorry, you should say or, that's a typo there.
Okay.
Good.
A personal story that relates to your topic, a quotation from a famous person or a joke.
Good. Which of these, I know you use these. Which of these do you like using the most?
I think a question.
Question.
Question or a personal story?
Okay, good. Anyone else?
I think a surprising or interesting statistic.
Statistic, okay. Good. And so really being strategic with how you use these, you can also combine them as well. Good. Next, go to our next slide. So the hook will help prepare the audience. So you do the hook, it engages them, and it gets them ready for what's coming. So let's say this is your hook. What is the content going to be about? Click. What type of hook is it, and what do you think the presentation will be about?
Biles?
Yeah, Simone Biles, and it's shared knowledge. Good, next one. Click. This one, what type of hook?
Statistics.
Mhm.
And economy.
Electric cars, good, next one. Gotta put that one in there.
Right.
Right, a quotation. So they're really powerful for getting people to anticipate what's coming. Go to the next one. I think I have one more. Yeah, what type of hook?
Combination of,
What?
it's a combination of the third one. Experience.
Personal story.
Personal
Personal
story,
story.
my partners and I, they're giving us, and some statistics, good. Next one. So the hook is a really important one. If you use the questioning, try to use open questions rather than closed ones. So closed are the WH, who, what, where, when, why, instead of saying, have any of you ever been to, and if you do those yes, no, they die. There's no energy behind them. Go to our next one. Next comes the topic, right? And so you do your hook, it focuses the audience attention. This is when you say, today I'm going to talk about, and everyone sits up, they know it's starting, they got to pay attention. Next one. Right, and it signals that it's starting. Next one. You give your agenda, like we talked about, it's going to help them anticipate what's coming. Click, click, click. And it creates those buckets in their mind of what's coming. Next one. Then you have the body. And the body, you preview, summarize, you always let them know where you are, right? You always want your audience to know where you are in the presentation. If you're in the beginning, the middle, the end, like right now, where am I in the presentation?
In the beginning.
In the body.
Middle, I'm in the body, right? I'm in the body, I'm in the middle part. So this helps them always know where you are. Go to our next slide. Like we saw with the signposting of introducing yourself, at those signposts, you can always pause. It gives people a time to collect their thoughts. It may be where you're changing slides here too. And there are different ways you can transition. Sometimes between sections, you can ask questions, right? See if anyone has any questions or ask a question that leads to the next section. Go to our next slide. And then the conclusion. Why do you need to signal the conclusion? Good, and it alerts them that your presentation's coming to an end. Have you ever seen a presentation where at the end someone says, that's it? Right? We've all seen
Wish I
that.
were listening up to the end.
And then everyone kind of alerts, right? So it just gives some polish to your end. You signal it, you summarize the key points, and then you end with a positive action statement. Yeah? Next slide. And then, so it helps you to conclude with impacts. I had a client, he again worked for Henkel, for Dial. He had to give a presentation on soap and logarithms of sanitation and soap and hand hygiene. And he showed me his presentation. He was presenting at 4:40 at the end of the day. Can you imagine?
God.
To a group of 400 people in a big audience
About hand sanitation.
about hand sanitation. And he showed me and I said, you have to add these things in. And he said, I don't have time. He said, I'll be lucky if I have 10 minutes. And I said, well, if you don't include them, no one's going to remember anything you say today. So he included them and it went really smoothly. And at the end, the CEO came up and shook his head and said, that's the best presentation I've seen all day. It just makes you really, there are little things that make you really polished. Do you want to see an example?
Yes.
Do a quick example. Will someone time me?
I will time you.
All right, and I go. Ready? Where's the camera? Where's the Zoom thing there? Okay. Hi, Michael, can you hear me? All right. What's the fourth leading cause of death in the United States?
Car accidents.
No,
Heart disease.
Cancer?
Lung cancer, yeah.
no,
Pneumonia.
closer.
The flu,
What?
the common flu.
It's what we call nosocomial infections. They're infections where you go to the hospital with a broken ankle and you get an infection and you die. I know, isn't that crazy? 1.7 million per year, 100,000 deaths per year. 1 out of every 25 hospital patients get a nosocomial infection. 1/3 of them are preventable. That's why pneumonia is a nosocomial infection. But these can all be prevented with good hand hygiene. So today I'm going to talk to you about hand hygiene, and I'm going to talk about 3 key tips: when to wash your hands, how to wash your hands, and what products to use. So looking at the first one of when to wash your hands, when should you wash your hands?
Before you eat.
Yeah,
After you use the restroom.
yeah. And the CDC recommends whenever your hands are dirty, you should wash your hands. Looking at the second one, how should you wash your hands?
For 20 seconds.
20 seconds, good, for the time that it takes to sing
Happy
Happy Birthday twice, good. And they recommend washing, of course, the front and backs and around the cuticles. Looking at what products to use, the third element of what products to use for washing your hands. Does it make a difference what products you use?
Yes.
Right, so you can have regular soap, and after using regular soap, I have to check my notes, you still have bacteria on your hand. You'll have about 30,000 bacteria. If you use antibacterial soap, you'll have about 10,000 bacteria still on your hands. You can follow up at the end with hand sanitation, hand sanitizers, and that'll remove most of them. So if you really need clean hands, you can use an antibacterial soap and your hand hygiene. This concludes my presentation about nosocomial infections and hand hygiene and how to make sure you have good hand hygiene. Looking at when to wash your hands, how to wash your hands, and the products to use. And this way you can protect yourself from getting a nosocomial infection.
34 seconds.
2.5 minutes. It's quick. It covers it. What type of hook did I have? Statistic and question. Good. How many, did I announce the topic?
Yes.
How many items in my agenda? Did I have an agenda?
3.
3, good. And how did I transition between the points?
Questions.
Questions, good. And
With the topic. Pauses.
pauses, question, pauses,
Signposting.
signposting, gestures. So I had hand gestures and I physically moved. I read that if you use hand gestures, people who used hand gestures were 12% more convincing to their audience.
Oh, I'm golden.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? And then did I signal the conclusion?
Yes.
Yep. Summarized, and then the takeaway. So it's easy. It's easy. It's just adding these other points into it. So the idea is to have you guys impromptu, to create an impromptu informational presentation. It can be on anything you like. It could be a hobby. It could be a passion you have. It could be anything. You could do it alone or with a partner. Would you rather do it alone or with a partner?
Like
What do you think?
today?
Yeah, right now. Right now, impromptu. Impromptu, where you're having, can we go to the next slide? Oh, go to the next one. So you have all those elements.
Miss Toastmaster.
Oh.
With
Honestly,
these, it's
I'm a little
like
rusty.
self-control. It's not that hard when you just go step by step with each one. What do you think? Yeah? Want to take maybe like 10, 15 minutes? Do you want to do it individually or with a partner or your choice?
Unless it's about Thunderbird, I don't know what I can partner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe individually,
Yeah.
individually,
Talk about.
if you have a hobby or,
I don't know, for me, like, it's like a sports. So what's sport? Fencing. So I started with, oh, do you know that I have been a professional athlete for 10 years? Pretty much, sure.
but no, you try to start not with a yes, no question,
Okay.
right? It has to be sort of a WH question or statistic or, yeah, take 10, 15 minutes, all right?
I feel like I need a pen for notes here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna map out a.
Blank.
I can grab a pen.
Back to my
Yeah, me
David Gilman, I can like probably still.
Anybody else
figure that out, that presentation.
That could be anything,
yeah,
about your kids'
thank you.
activity, you know,
Yeah.
it could be anything.
Are we going to be standing up?
Whatever you like. You don't, if you're standing up, you get to experience how natural it is doing gestures when you're signposting. That's why some people are like, my experience is that when students signpost, the gestures naturally come. They don't have to imitate someone or try to be like Barack Obama or, right? They're just natural. It's just you.
You're indicating your
Yeah, you're
signposts usually.
indicating, you're focusing the audience's attention. So I would recommend standing up.
History, tell me something about the history of art. I have no idea.
It's a
what
broad
any of
topic.
that- What's that?
It's a broad topic.
Exactly.
I think it's an international experience, moving to a new country, what are 3 areas you need to really know about before you go to that place?
It doesn't need to be like didactic necessarily.
It's an idea.
All right, I'm gonna go back since I control this, so sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and then choose translations.
These?
Never mind. I think I got it.
Okay.
I think it's from earlier, but I'm good.
Nice job.
I don't know why either. She wants to, so that she wants to share. I don't want to, because all the kids share. So that is not bad. So Miss Baby Fence. Yeah, like 360. Do you get to approve things? Because like, it's your create a group. Oh, because that's what she was saying. It's not a big deal. Oh, okay. So I can like people who, because I don't. No one can opt in. She's gonna share. Oh, no one can opt in, but she could, she can be her friends. Oh, so I think this would be insurance. It would be nice because sometimes the. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the 360. How are you guys almost ready? That's Queen Air.
Not even halfway.
3 hours. Anything? 2 more minutes? 5 more minutes?
Are you so quickly?
Huh?
I just think it's my fault.
Oh my God, I'm gonna need a mulligan.
I mean, that could be.
Got like a hole.
Not riffing at all, so. I wrote something.
You guys have IT people who come up to rooms and help when there are problems?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we have someone come up and log you in? Or especially for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, just. Or after, or maybe. Do I set up a ticket? Yeah, I'll just submit it right now. Okay, for them to come maybe either today or tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're gonna be in the alumni lounge and Saturday we're gonna be in here.
So we need to have them set her up for both, no one for the alumni lounge.
I just couldn't get this room.
Well,
Somebody had a meeting.
it's not by Zoom, right?
Yeah, there will be, Aisha's by
Yeah,
Zoom, right?
There's always someone that wants to see it by Zoom. That's the problem. It's the Zoom, it's the problem. Well, I'll just Zoom Aisha
So
on.
we'll set up a ticket, but I would say in the future, when you're gonna do one of these, just have IT be ready.
Okay,
Cause you can like reach out to them in advance and say, I'm gonna have this going on.
okay.
Can you have someone in the room to make sure we get started? Cause they
Okay.
know we're constantly
If
fighting.
you can send a ticket to them for tomorrow, I'll speak to them tomorrow and say, what am I supposed to do on Saturday? 'Cause won't
What
be
they
able to
might do
Saturday.
is, I mean, I've had them do this before, but they might set her up Saturday and just to make sure everything's good, but
Are they
then,
here?
no, I meant, sorry, tomorrow set her up for
Yeah,
Saturday.
exactly.
The
Okay.
problem is, in all honesty, that doesn't always mean it's gonna work. If it worked on Friday, it doesn't mean it's gonna work Saturday. We've had that problem. I'll submit a ticket right now. What's this, 250? What is this? 250. 250.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
This one.
Tomorrow it's in there.
Oh, yes, sorry,
Yeah.
yes.
Tomorrow's in there.
Today.
Okay. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Okay.
And if that works, we could just stay in there on Saturday, you know. That's
That's what
better.
if
Yeah.
you can
If
get
they're
it to
gonna
work,
set
I
us
would
up.
do the same one.
Mark is here super early.
Yeah,
Marcus
like
Carroll.
at 6.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't need until 8:30, well. 8, I
Yeah.
guess.
Griffin, can you tell me, what's going on? What should I say? Just won't connect to Zoom, or what's the problem?
How do you diagnose the problem?
Here,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
It's just,
think the real issue is that Elizabeth couldn't get on the Wi-Fi to be able to
to connect.
connect to the
She has
screen.
an ASU login. She's got an ASU
Yeah.
login.
I couldn't log in either when I tried to log in by ASU, so it's.
Yeah, I
something
couldn't
with
log
the-
in on your computer.
I tried
Today-
both.
today.
It just kept saying that the network wasn't available
okay,
for
so it's
either.
not your room.
No, because I got it up quickly.
Okay.
But also we need to be able to present on the screen and do Zoom at the same time. Right, that's the other issue.
For just in
tomorrow's
general.
She's doing
presentation,
that
yeah.
on her computer. It's that Elizabeth's computer can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm recording it. Yeah, I guess I'm recording. Yeah.
She has an ASU login. She's not even using the guest Wi-Fi.
Right, it's a real ASU login, which she's used before.
Yeah, it won't let you log on. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, it's 40, 6,000. 4.0, 6,000, 7651.
261.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
No, I knew that, but I
Oh,
had the
okay.
same problem here. I didn't
This
see it
is
was
the thing,
worse than
we
here.
have to- So Mike came and fixed it just the other day, like not that long ago. Cause he's like, oh, I got it fixed. And I'm like, you know that Mark just told me that, like, awesome. And, but I haven't tried to use it since then to see if it works. So it might be fine. But I would try it because what's usually the problem, it's so, well, it changes every time. Sometimes it's the audio.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's but they'll come in, they'll fix it, it'll work like once and then it won't, so I would just try it.
Okay.
Especially if she's an outside laptop and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I submitted and thank you, I appreciate gave yourself some. Right. Thank you so much. Almost ready? Yeah. Ready? Yeah. I think so. Ready?
Yeah.
Kind of.
No.
Ready enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. All right. Who would like to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Get it out of the way.
Yep, exactly. All
Oh, we're
right.
standing up.
Yes, I
Griffin.
She's got a hand.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay. Do you, hello, my name is Griffin Gosnell. I am here to tell you a little bit about traveling in Thailand. And I'm interested to know, what does anybody know? What do you know that Thailand is known for?
Bali?
For what?
Bali? Is a city in Thailand or no?
Oh, no, that's in Indonesia.
Ah, Bali. It's food.
Food, good.
Food. Khao soy.
Khao soy.
Islands.
Islands,
Beach.
beaches, very good, yeah.
Sleeping Buddha.
Temples,
Sleeping Buddha,
art-
temples.
architecture.
All right, all
Yeah.
right, all right. Did anybody here know that it was also known as the land of smiles? Oh, so today I wanted to share a bit about traveling in Thailand and how you might make a Thai person smile while you travel. So today I will be talking about a little bit of the background of the Thai language, how to say hello and thank you, and then how to why, which is an important way of gesturing your sort of like that you know somebody or that you respect them. So starting off with the Thai language, it is quite simple, but yet complex at the same time. What's simple about it is there aren't any verb conjugations. So for those of us who also speak Spanish, you know, you don't have subjunctive, conditional, all of that crazy stuff. It's also simple because many words are just made by combining two separate words. So if you think fa is a word that means blue, and depending on the tone, it can also mean sky. And rong means sing. What is something that might be sky is singing? What's a word that we have for that?
Thunder.
Thunder. So to say thunder in Thai, you would say fa rong. They don't have a specific word for thunder. But as I just mentioned with fa, there's like fa and fa and fa. I don't know, there's 5 of them. I don't know all of them. Tones are very hard. So what do I mean by this? If I say ma or ma or ma or ma, each of those says something different. One of them means dog, one of them means horse, and one of them means come here. So imagine my students' confusion when I would probably be yelling at them like horse, dog, come here. And also probably a few smiles and laughs as I yelled this at them. So the key when I was traveling in Thailand, and what I feel like you would also find key, is trying. When you plan your travels, although you likely won't learn a lot for a short trip, unlike my time there where I spent a year, learning simple hello and thank you can go a long way and make somebody smile. So I want to teach you. when learning the Thai language, everybody ends their statements in either ka if they're female or kap if they're a man. So for everybody in the room, say ka, or because everybody in here is a woman. And then Michael, you'll say kap. So everybody say ka. So this is a way of gesturing, you know, respect. Again, there's a lot of respect in the culture in Thailand. But if you end your sentence in ka, it's a very respectful thing. So to say hello, you would say sawatdee, and then depending on if you're male, it'd be sawatdee ka, or if you're a woman, you would say sawatdee ka. So in the room, repeat after me, sawatdee ka.
Sawatdee ka.
Michael, now sawatdee ka.
Swapi ka.
Sawatdee ka.
Swati ka.
Cup. Cup.
Ka?
The K-A-P.
Oh, K-A-P, kap.
To say thank you, it will be kap kun ka. So for the women in the room, kap kun ka.
Kapkunka.
Okay, and Michael, kap kun cup.
Ka kun kap.
Yes, exactly. And when saying either of these, it's really respectful if you would Y. So put your hands together. So when you Y, you'd say sawatdee ka. Kap kun mak ka. Kap kun mak ka is like thank you very much. So and Michael, you would do the same. In summary, Thailand is a beautiful country with amazingly friendly people. Learn a few phrases and I'm sure you'll leave having made someone smile, including yourself.
That's great.
Yeah, what did you like about what you did and what do you think you might improve on?
I think that if I had more time to get it ready, I wouldn't have gone on so many tangents. I think engaging the audience, everybody seemed to be paying attention when I asked for them to repeat after me. I don't know, I'm open to feedback. I don't know if we have time.
What did you guys like? We'll do quickly. What did you like about it?
I thought it was
Yeah.
I liked
engaging,
the interaction.
the
Yeah.
interaction.
Very natural gestures.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did you include all the elements of the informational structure?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only part I thought you could have done a little more was the transition between the second and the third.
Okay.
And where you're like, oh, I went on a tangent. No, I don't think you went on a tangent, but you could have said, let's move to our third point, which is how to say, like, what is it? How to
why.
Yeah. But it was really nice. You had all the elements. Very nice, very nice.
And big smile.
Yeah. It was nice. How long did you live in Thailand?
A year.
Okay.
Yeah. And people smile through good and bad, so it's really confusing. A lot of baby face and confusion when things are really bad and they're like, yes, GG. It's bad.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Mine is nowhere near as like, mine's more in fun. Trying to think of something fun to present about quickly that I can't research. I'll try. Am I okay standing here? Can you guys see me? I don't know about Michael. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of a pop quiz for everyone. Do you know how many international dark sky communities exist in Arizona?
100.
One.
One.
Flagstaff is one.
Keep going.
Oh,
two,
two?
so at least two.
Yes.
Tucson, right?
Someone in here can cheat.
Oh.
I think Tucson is a dark sky.
I'm gonna guess that
Okay.
Maryland must be.
Fountain
one.
Hills.
Fountain
So-
Hills, yeah.
It was like 10.
So there are 6, I believe, but I don't have time to fact check.
Okay.
So where is the closest international dark sky community to you?
Fountain Hills.
Good job. That's right. Fountain Hills is just about 40 minutes from downtown Phoenix and our closest international dark sky community. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the lovely town of Fountain Hills. It's lovely for its incredible scenery, its world famous fountain, and lovely residents. What makes Fountain Hills so beautiful?
The fountain.
The hills.
And the lovely residents.
The fountain in the hills and the lovely residents. Fountain Hills has incredible views. It's in the foothills of the mountains, just east of Scottsdale, with views all around of 4 peaks and the mountains. Its lovely scenery makes it a great destination for visits and winter visitors from all over the world. Sorry, I expanded the font and now I can't see the whole thing. What do you think is one of the most famous aspects of the town?
The fountain.
The fountain is one of the largest fountains in the world, according to the Chamber of Commerce website.
Wow.
I would like to fact check that. But the fountain is the central point of the community. There are many festivals and art shows that take place around the fountain park. And while you're there, you have views of the lovely mountains that I talked about, while access to some incredible art communities. Who is the most famous resident of Fountain Hills?
You.
You would think. that-
Maddie.
Joe Arpaio?
Is it-
You would think that it's Joe Arpaio, right? But it's not, it's me. Petra moved to the Fountain Hills 8 years ago, and by moving there, not only did she bring the average age of the residents down significantly, but she also brought an incredible global perspective to the town. So in summary, I know that you are all really excited about Fountain Hills and its incredible views, world famous fountain, and incredible residents. I know you all would like to visit soon, and we look forward to seeing you. And today I can share one final secret with you. The house next door to this famous resident is for sale, and she's looking for great neighbors. So please come by to the open house this weekend.
And younger one.
Younger.
What did you guys like about her presentation?
It was fun. It was fun, yeah.
Not a serious topic, like someone else.
No, that might be serious.
See how even like on a light topic like this, it still pulls together. It was very professional. It was very focused. It was entertaining. It was, right? Anything she could have improved? I have only one comment. When you did the agenda, add the number. I had the count, so it was scenery, fountain, and residence.
Mhm.
And it was clear, but saying,
Do
like,
it.
I'm gonna talk about 10 things.
Okay.
And that would.
And then
that
do you
would
say
focus-
like first,
say
second,
first,
third?
And
Okay.
then that focuses up.
Okay.
Nice, very nice example of that. Good. All right.
I think the structure makes it more funny almost, you know?
Yeah,
Because I don't know, it paces it right somehow. It's good.
and you saw like such natural delivery, such natural gestures. Really, really nice.
All right, second career ahead of you.
I just want some young neighbors.
Tourism Bureau.
Everyone on the streets like 80 and up. Come on, guys.
Wait till we get to the persuasive part.
Me, because I need to go. For a minute. Okay,
You wanna do it sitting down?
well, I can.
Stand up.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Alonso. Today I would like to invite you to do some sport. So before I start my presentation and let you know about what it is, I would like to know if you know what sports combine the speed of a sprinter, the strategy of a chess, and the elegance of a ballet.
Equestrian, horseback riding.
Exactly. Welcome to fencing. So I practice personally this sport for 10 years as a professional athlete, and I would like you to join my sport. I would like to present 3 different points. First, the different type of swords. Second, the most successful nations in fencing. And the third, my favorite athletes, my biggest fans of them. Okay. So the fencing have three different sorts, AP, foil, and sable. The difference between them is the form of your arm and which parts are you chasing them. It depends sometimes of what you want. If you want to be faster, you will choose sable. If you want to be more precise, you will be foil. And if you prefer to do the old fencing that was in the medieval era, you will do AP because you can choose from the feet to the head. Our second point, the most successful nations. Someone want to make a graphic?
France.
France is one of them, bravo.
Spain.
No, close.
Italy.
Italy.
Oh.
Yeah. Italy, yeah, Japan, not yet, not yet. Historically, France is from where it comes from. So it's a national game, as in Mexico, the football, fencing is in France. So it's very famous and they have one of the most famous trainers. Italy is the second one. They have also a lot of golden medals players, and Hungary. Hungary is the third one. But the recently years, one of the competitions have become Korea and United States in foil.
Oh.
So in foil, the last Olympic Games in France, they won gold in women's foil and gold in the individual women's. So that connects with one of my favorite athletes. One of them is Valentina Vesali, which is Italian, and she has won 9 times international gold games, but for Olympics, 6 medals, which is quite a lot. She's in foil. And the second one is Lee Clifford, which is the American one. She is one of the youngest. She is just 30 years old, but I have met her in the Pan American Games when she was 16, and she wants to because the Pan American Games were in Guadalajara, which is my home city. And at that time I was practicing. So I really believe that I can be an Olympic like her. But right now I'm retired and she's continuing winning. So I really like to see my dream in her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in sum, if you're looking for a sport to combine physical and mental training and helps you to apply, I invite you to apply for fencing. It's the perfect choice. And you just need to choose in which nation you want to train, or just pick one of the athletes that can spark you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
That's great.
I missed which countries were important.
Italy, France, and Hungary.
Okay.
But right now they're coming in the turn, Korea of South Korea and United States with foil.
Okay. What type of hook did she have? What type of hook?
A question, right?
Nicely done. Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth transitions. You connected everything very nice. Nice.
Thank
job.
you. Well, I'm
I
leaving,
also
but
just
thank you
really
so much.
appreciate that you did it in a second language because this is a lot, even for English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
I
impressive.
forget that. Yeah, thank you.
I wouldn't want to do this in any other language at the moment.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much for the information. It will help me a lot.
Okay,
I made it all up.
Can I get you another handout?
Yes.
It's all fake.
Stands up for Switzerland.
Ah, that would be cool.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
Hi, Jackie.
Bye. Who's next?
I'll go. Mine's a more serious topic.
Okay.
Oh, very serious person. Hi everyone, my name's Karen Evans. And I've got a question for you. What is the worst thing that can happen to you on your first day in a new job?
You're fired.
You lose your computer at the Starbucks.
Thank you.
You're really late.
You wet your pants.
You get lost.
These are your lunch.
All great examples, but that's not what I'm going to talk to you about today. For me, it was discovering that 200 venomous snakes resided 2 floors above my office. So the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine is one of the only places in the world where venom is extracted from snakes to make antivenom. and to treat snakebite victims. And so in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about three things: why snakebite is a global issue, what can be done about it, and how you can help. So according to the World Health Organization, between 81,000 and 138,000 people every year are killed by snakebite, but a further 500,000 are bitten and they're not killed, but they have permanent disfiguring disabilities. And this is a particular issue because it's often farmers that are working in fields, so very poor conditions, not protected. And if an adult is bitten and they can no longer work, then that means that the children can't go to school, and because they need to then go into the fields and basically replace that labor. And so it forces this cycle of poor health and poverty. And so it was added to the World Health Organization's neglected tropical diseases list in 2017, which recognizes why this is such an important global issue. So snakebite is neglected because there are limited resources to tackle it. It's a major issue in areas where actually the health systems are very under-resourced, and so there's often not resources or other diseases are prioritized. Low research investment, so snakebite receives less research funding than any other major disease and more than its impact would warrant. And it's very expensive to solve. So antivenom is very complicated and expensive and dangerous to produce. It requires cold chain often, and every region, and in many cases, every species and subspecies of snake needs a different antivenom. And at the moment, there is no universal antivenom on the market. So what can be done to improve snakebite care? Improve access to antivenoms. So developing more stable antivenoms or a universal antivenom is absolutely critical, and thinking about how you can deploy them to be used in remote areas. Educating communities, so sometimes something as simple as wearing boots rather than flip-flops or bare feet in a field will basically prevent somebody getting bitten or bitten fatally. And then also providing training to healthcare workers so that they can treat snake bites and they know what to do when people come into facilities. So how can you help? You can support charities like the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine that help with health system strengthening and research into snakebite and antivenom. You can sign petitions which address policies aimed at tackling snakebite as a healthcare access challenge, and you can spread the word to raise awareness of this globally neglected issue. In conclusion, snakebite is a devastating and neglected issue affecting millions of people indirectly or directly worldwide. It's a complex and expensive problem to solve, particularly in under-resourced countries. Interventions to solve this challenge include education, training, and investment in antivenom research and production, and you can help by donating, lobbying, and spreading the word. Thank you.
What do you guys think?
It was great.
That's great.
Very good. I remembered the boots.
The boots?
Yeah, you shared that with me at some point.
Well, how did she make her transitions? Smoothly.
That was very smooth.
She had like little questions. So what can you do? So, right, that was nice. So we knew that was that. I would suggest adding the numbers. I'm talking about three things. Okay, we finished talking about this because it was a lot of information. And as you're like finishing and you're moving on to the second topic, did you guys feel this? I was still like, oh my God, boots and farmers and, right? So you can say, okay, now that we've talked about this, let's move to our second topic. So giving us a little bit more time to catch up with you because it was fascinating. Oh my God.
That's great.
In Songo, the word snake and dog was the same, but a different tone.
And what?
But you remember? Central African Republic. Started thinking about the tone of boat and boat. But you always knew which was which because snakes were scary.
Yeah.
Great, nice job. And she had all the elements and it was a lot of information. There's something Marie and I have talked a lot about is how having more pauses between sections really helps us to process the information.
It's hard to do though. It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable to do.
Yeah, it's,
Mhm.
I find that really difficult,
Yeah.
pausing or slowing down. It's
Yeah.
really difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just
Everyone
gallop
does.
through information.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
All right.
Someone-
Can you all hear me?
Oh, yeah, okay, great. Yeah.
Oh, being spun around. There you go.
Are you gonna
Okay.
stand?
What was that?
This is the biggest, okay. The most people I can have you see.
Oh, that's fine. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Silkowski. Did you know approximately 29% of Americans pay for astrological services monthly, while millennials and Gen Zers are more likely to use astrology for career advice, self-care, and to make important decisions? While consulting a service can be an easy way to get the quick answers you are looking for, we as individuals have the answers we seek with the right tools in hand. Today, you will walk away with the tools to understand your own personal power through intuition, how to navigate the self-healing process, and ways to manifest the reality you desire. Intuition can be a powerful tool for decision-making. What does intuition mean to all of you? There are key elements about self-healing. The following are important ways that can help identify the areas where we can grow as individuals, including 1, it's a natural process, 2, it's mental and physical, and 3, mindset is key. Manifesting is the practice of using positive thinking and visualization to achieve goals. Next, we'll discuss what to keep in mind when manifesting, which includes 1, being clear about your goals, 2, visualize, 3, taking action, and 4, believing in yourself. I hope these messages resonated with you today. Are you ready to embark on a transformational journey in becoming the best version of yourself?
Yes, always. Take me there.
What do you guys the advantage of the handout with this one. What do you guys think?
Thanks.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the hook was exciting.
So I think, so a couple of things. So Michael, it looked like you were reading. Were you reading?
I was reading a few notes that I put down, but yes, I was reading.
And I asked, did you use AI?
For the facts, yes.
We could tell. We
Mhm.
could tell, right? Couldn't you tell? I'm like, you use some chat GPT in there. Because the language is a little bit too formal. I don't know, there are certain words there. So if you're using AI, be careful because we can tell. And I'm like,
Okay.
so it's just confusing. Like, why is he using AI for this one? But the topic was super interesting. It was really, really interesting. And it felt like it was more of like maybe a persuasive presentation because it was a sales pitch. It was Monroe's motivated sequence. Get your attention. There's a need. How do you address the need? And then the action at the end. So it's a nice example of how every presentation has a different structure. Hold on, I'm going to hand this out to you guys. And that was a persuasive one, which is our Monroe's motivated sequence. What did I do with it? So if he did it again as a persuasive presentation, he would emphasize more the signpost for persuasive presentation, which is, at the end, visualize yourself, using these things and using your intuition. There we go.
Number 2.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Right. So Michael, if you wanted to use it as an informational presentation, and so too, we see most persuasive presentations, they automatically have the hook in them. You don't need to add it. It has a hook like he did, but then it's followed up with, today I'm going to talk about these 3 points, right? And so it has there are different signposts and a different structure. Does that make sense, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
And if it was informational at the end, he would have said, in conclusion, this concludes my presentation about intuition or intuition, or how to use your intuition to manifest. We talked about 1, 2, 3, but it wasn't, it was persuasive. So it ended with action. See that? So I'm glad we got to see that as a different type of presentation, because we're not going to have time to go into that other one, but know that all these presentations have signposts in them. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. All right, who's next?
I think I accidentally did mine as a.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alejandra Molina. Quick question for everyone. Have any of you ever been interested in mentoring or getting involved with your local community? Amazing. Then I have a great opportunity for all of you today. So currently I am a mentor at an amazing nonprofit here in downtown Phoenix, just 5 minute drive from campus, called New Pathways for Youth. So New Pathways for Youth, they match kids. So they match kiddos anywhere from ages 13 to 21 who are facing adversity to adults for mentorship opportunities. And they have been in the Valley for about 35 years. So today I will be giving an overview of the nonprofit as well as mentioning how all of you can get involved if you're interested. So as I mentioned, the program serves individuals from ages 13 to 21, and these are kids who are facing adversity. So adversity meaning kids who are from lower income families, kids who have experienced, traumatic life situations, kids who might not necessarily have very stable home lives. And so they take these kids, the cohort of kids who have applied, and they take mentors. And so once you have been admitted into the program, you do a 3-day retreat where all of the mentors and all of the mentees get together for a 3-day weekend where you're interacting through bonding activities. Some of them are fun and you're bouncing around, and others are very deep. And so you're building emotional connections with these kids as you're going through the retreat. And so at the end of the 3-day retreat, you enter, the nonprofit does this beautiful matchmaking ceremony. And so it's kind of a surprise who you're matched with at the end of the retreat. And it's such a beautiful experience. I have personally been with my mentee for a little over a year now, and I have just seen how much she has grown in just the year that I've been with her. And it's truly, truly a beautiful experience for anyone who might be interested. And before I go into how all of you can get involved, or before I end this presentation, I want to highlight how all of you can get involved, which is very simple. So once you apply and once you're accepted into the program, you would do a 2-hour in-depth interview with one of their program coordinators. And once you have been accepted, you would do an info session and then eventually go into your 3-day retreat. So if anyone is interested, please let me know. I would love to provide that sign-up link for everyone. Thank you. I got nervous at the end.
I want to do it and I have so many questions that.
Okay. No, it's honestly, it's a really, really cool nonprofit.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Maria does it for full-time work.
We call that a bus driver's holiday. In my free time, I mentor. It was persuasive, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
Because you ended with action, so that was like a persuasive one.
Yeah.
It was almost like I think it was Monroe's, I think it was. It was more like there was no cause, it's just problem solution,
Right.
the benefits to you and the action.
I like the way that you personalized it though, when you
Yeah.
built your own story with your own mentee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was debating between that or going through making tamales. And so, yeah.
But you can see tamales would have been an information.
Yes.
presentation
Yeah.
in this system.
Yeah.
I have persuaded some people in here, so that's.
Ah,
Okay.
well done.
But so when you're developing your presentations, thinking, what's my goal? Is it to inform them about snake bite venom, or is it to get them at the end to go sign up for this? And then you can use that structure to apply it.
Okay.
It was nice. It was really nice. All right.
I've failed so spectacularly at this. It took me a very long time to think of a topic, and then this is just the scrawlings of a mad woman. I was cycling through topic.
And you know what, you have sticky mouth.
So, and the sticky mouth came back. No, I truly was so thrown by just like so much opportunity. I mean, I wrote a lot, but there was just, things were getting scratched out. I'm,
No, why don't you do?
I have
like,
no
the-
information.
The 3 ways to scribble like a mad woman, like what?
Tell us about adopting a cat.
It's,
I was gonna say, talk about the fourth industrial revolution.
oh God.
Whales?
Maria.
The city, the country, I mean?
No, like the carbon sink whales
Carbon sink.
or the anthropocene.
Oh, the anther, oh, those whales, of course. How
Not
could I
the-
forget?
Not whales.
Sorry, we have another donor
animals?
focused on
I know,
Whales.
whales has changed from
Oh.
animals to.
the Anthropocene
Yeah.
to Kristen.
How to survive a narcissist.
I don't have any information on how to do that. I would like someone to present to me on how to survive that.
Look at the problem.
I need someone to give me, someone give
Yeah.
me some solutions.
Different training.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing that we all can laugh about in the room.
Shows everyone's
I would have gone
feelings.
for adopting a cat. I would
Or that
have
are
appreciated
still
it
really uncomfortable.
prior to adopting. I should have come to you.
So are you doing this or not?
I just don't have anything.
I
I'm
can
sorry.
go. I might be reading off my screen a little bit because
Everybody read.
like
Yeah.
Caitlin, it took me a while to get to a topic
Mhm.
and I might have cheated a little. I went back because I saved my essays from, school times. So I went back and I
smart
looked at one of my
Wow.
favorite essays, but then I got way into the details. It started.
I'm looking
Yeah.
over here at nuclear fusion or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, so I started doing an outline, but an outline for an essay. So I kind of killed some of my time with that. So I apologize in advance if I do end up reading off my screen a bit too much, a little bit too much. All right, well, hello everyone. My name is Socorro Chaides Ramos, and today I will be presenting on, oh no, not on my hook, okay.
Start with your hook.
Okay, so according to the Department of Education, the US has over 75 sites dedicated to storing nuclear waste. Do you happen to know which is the largest in the United States?
Oh, no.
And is it in
Nevada?
New Mexico?
Or like Utah or something, somewhere in there,
Utah,
right? The big
Nevada.
underground one.
Alejandra actually got it right. It is in Nevada. It's in our neighboring state, Nevada, and it is called Yucca Mountain or Yucca Mountain. It is a repository for nuclear waste that is underground. And with this in mind, I would like to cover how this location is not the best and how this is in the long run, not a good solution and how we should revisit this solution. So with that being said, it being in Nevada, one major risk that we have is that it has many geological hazards. As you may know, Nevada is, just like California, has fault lines, so it is at high risk of an earthquake. And knowing that an earthquake and nuclear waste coming together, it would have very detrimental impacts to our population around the site and also to our environment in general, because groundwater is pretty essential when it comes to our states in the west side. So I have another question for everybody. When it comes to nuclear waste, how much time must pass by before it is no longer radioactive?
Eons.
Yeah, like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Because half-lives are hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yep. On average, it is 10,000 years.
10,000.
Yes. So knowing that this length of time has to pass before it is no longer a hazard to our environment and to us, and knowing that this site is finite, it is a storage facility, I would like to say that this is not a good solution. It is a temporary solution that leaves us in a situation where if there is a catastrophe, accountability cannot be had, especially if, 1,000 years have passed
Mhm.
and those who have implemented this have passed as well. So I see this as a junk drawer for the United States. And I feel that it is time to revisit this. This solution is high risk, and in the long run, it's not ideal. And that's all. As you can tell, my conclusion is where I ran out of time.
Are people working on this?
It's been around since, I believe, 2002.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so your thing is interesting. So do
Very
you think that was do you think that was more of an informational presentation or a persuasive one?
A little bit of both.
I think it depends on if she had ended it a little bit differently.
Right,
It
if
would have been
if she had
persuasive.
ended with action, it would have been, so she kind of used a different persuasive structure that I didn't include. That's the scary story.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
These two scary stories of, look, we have this, and this is scary, and this is scary, so you have to take action. If you had said, I'm gonna talk about 2 reasons why this is very dangerous, here's the first reason, here's the second reason. In conclusion, it's just the signpost that shift the content a little bit. But I thought it was a scary story presentation. And I loved how you engaged us. We were all like, ooh, I know this is true. Right? So it was nice. So I'm glad you're seeing how these lend themselves to different types of presentations. Do you want to present, Maria?
I did sort of scribble something down, not my best work, but I think just in the spirit of teamwork, I'll give it a shot. How
Okay.
about that?
All right.
But it's gonna be reading also. Let me remember what it was about. Hold on. All right, let me ask you something. What is how many decibels can the human ear hear without causing damage? What's the
60.
loudest sound that's safe? 60? Anybody else?
My watch alerts me at 90.
At 90,
Really?
all right.
70.
So 70, 90, 60. They say that 70 decibels is safe. And that 90 decibels can damage your hearing. So I guess that's why your watch rings. Does anybody have any idea how loud a pet cockatoo or parrot is in your house in terms of decibels?
100 decibels.
Too loud. Too loud. Yeah.
A pet cockatoo or parrot can make noises up to 125 decibels.
Maria, you need earplugs.
Today I'd like to talk to you about why tropical birds make terrible pets. I want to share 3 reasons you should choose to choose a different type of pet for your family. First of all, as mentioned, tropical birds like parrots are they are beautiful and can be entertaining, but there are 3 reasons, there are 3 reasons to consider taking a pass at the pet store. First, as mentioned, they are extremely loud. Not only can popular birds such as cockatoos scream up to 130 decibels and can permanently damage hearing in humans, they make it impossible to have a dinner time conversation or to listen to TV in your own home. Secondly, birds are disgusting. They can create a huge mess in your home. They love to throw seeds on the floor and they like to pee outside the cage. You need to plan on cleaning up every day when you have a pet bird. Third, the third reason that birds make terrible pets is that they have an incredibly long lifespan. Some parrots live up to 60 years. So if you plan to wait them out, you may have to make provisions in your will to pass your parrot to an assigned caretaker. So in conclusion, there are 3 reasons why parrots and other tropical birds make terrible pets: noise, mess, and longevity. So I recommend that you decide on a different pet for your family.
Can we get NGC with a parrot?
Yeah.
They're fun. Sorry, new gifts and commitments.
Oh, lovebird.
If somebody puts it in their will,
Wants to be trying to donate a cockatoo.
Animals.
to educational
Terrible.
purposes.
How do they look? I wanna see if, do they at least sing beautifully?
No.
No, just
No?
loudly.
It's squawking.
Oh.
Ours are peach face lovebirds and they're so loud.
Is this why there's lots of them wild? Because people let them out?
Yeah.
They're not indigenous.
Yes, and they're very vicious and so they're invasive and they kill the sparrows or whatever, the other little birds. So there are neighborhoods of town where you see them everywhere, McCormick Ranch or some of that area. And Barcelona almost only has them now.
Wow.
They've killed all the starlings or whatever they have in Spain. If you go to Barcelona, you can see and hear them. And I was in Hyde Park in October and they don't have the exact same peach face lovebird, but some other kind of lovebird Hyde Park's full of them.
Yeah, there's our relatives live in Chiswick and there's loads of parakeets that
That's what
come,
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've got
Oh
in the house.
But they're so beautiful.
They're beautiful and you can train them. They can, do little tricks and things and so on, but they're,
Vicious, that's the.
oh, they're mean. It's bad.
Do they bite?
Oh, they bite. Yeah, they bite. And so if you go on vacation, you have to board them because you can't get a person to take care of such a beast.
Where are they?
And Congo.
Mm.
You have to board them.
I do. I suppose I could try to find someone that come in and do it, but,
Danger money.
sorry.
Someone that you'd pay danger money. to.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
So by the time we take a vacation, the most expensive part was always paying for the birds to be boarded.
Really?
Oh, it's just a
You can't just
tragedy.
throw a lot of bird seed out and say like, see you later.
They poo in their water. So you have to change the
Oh,
water every
wow.
day and someone's got to stick their hand in there.
Or you don't.
Or
and then
you
don't
don't.
have to worry about their.
That's The thought has occurred.
Google says they can be great pets for people who live in one-room apartments or don't spend a lot of time at home.
No.
So-
Yeah, I just was looking it up and they said, yeah, oh, I think they're great
Mm-hmm.
pets, but I am deaf. Like
Oh,
for a deaf
oh,
person,
okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so that I tried to follow the thing. I didn't really
yeah.
put very much time to it.
But
I've
it-
spoken a choppy way, but I think I got the structure.
Yeah,
But
I mean, and it was
punchy.
entertaining and made us laugh. So you guys, it's 3:30 and this is the time we have. Was this helpful?
It
Yes.
Very
Yes.
Yes.
We got to see like
Yeah.
how it works with different people presenting and Maria had said you guys might have some questions about PowerPoint. Can I show you some quick tips about PowerPoint?
Yeah.
I need to go and
You
pick my
gotta go?
daughter up.
Okay.
But the rest of you guys, I will
I
leave it to
sent
it.
you also a PowerPoint on how to use PowerPoint that I made years ago with Amy Pate. Anyone remember Amy Pate?
No.
No. For their time. How many words should you have per slide? Maximum 20.
15.
20 words per slide.
Score.
20 words per slide. If you have bullets, how many bullets? Maximum
Three.
Three?
6.
Six.
So you can do 6 by 6, right? You can do 6 by 6, 6 bullets and 6 words across. Or no more than 20 words per slide.
Okay, so 36 words is okay. I put
That's
6 bullets.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's either that, because the bullets are easy to
A little more
process.
structured.
I have a question.
yeah.
We often use like PowerPoint slides
Yeah.
and then as a more visual way of presenting a concept, but we wouldn't present it, we would send it to somebody to read. So we often have more words than 20 on a slide, but it's just more attractive
Yeah.
and punchier than sending a Word document.
Right. If you're presenting, this is the recommendation. They often recommend 2 different decks. One
Okay.
if you're distributing it and one if you're presenting.
Okay.
Do you all use your slide layout?
Huh?
Slide layout?
The ones that they give you?
The offset, the like design suggestions?
No, not a lot.
The slide layout,
The brands team has different ideas for us.
really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're not really allowed to deviate from the established PowerPoint slides.
You should probably just go talk with the B and C team to develop some good slides that are within the layout parameters.
Layout is nice because you don't have to create anything. It's all there. And
So, yeah,
everything
that's-
lines up.
We do have something similar, like they have something for us, but it's probably not exactly what you're referring to.
It's in the, do you ever do view master slide? Do you ever see that?
No.
Yes, it's the ones with like the dotted lines and stuff around it.
No. Can we show you?
If I can bring this thing up again, I don't know.
I
where
just
it
think it makes you so much more efficient with PowerPoint. Do you guys use Canva?
Yes.
Yes.
went. So I was like really making this work and then I don't know what happened.
I just think using your
Stop.
slide master and your slide layout makes it so much easier.
Okay, well, I'll just
Okay.
bring this up in a minute. You can make it.
And go
file.
view, go to
Oh, sorry,
view.
on yours. Okay, so go to view here.
See, those are the slide layouts on the left.
Oh,
You
okay.
see?
Oh, yeah.
So normal.
Just makes it easier.
Mhm.
It just makes it easier. But the 20 words per slide, if you're presenting, forces you to be very creative in how you're presenting the information. So it's a nice one. It often lends itself to word art, sorry, the smart art graphics, for presenting it. Those are my main.
It probably makes you think harder about what you're presenting
Yes.
because you have to really distill
Yeah,
it, right?
Yes, yeah. No full sentences, only phrases. I'll share a PowerPoint and have Maria share it with you.
Okay.
It talks about colors and font. Do you know what font, do you have a font you have to use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What font is it?
In presentations area.
Public Sans too, right?
Is it a serif or sans serif?
Sans serif.
Sans serif, okay. Those are the main things. And I'll send it, you can see the suggestions about color and layout, but.
What is the difference between serif and sans serif just in general?
It has the
No, no.
serif means.
Sorry, like what, when you should use sans serif or when you should use serif font?
For printed documents.
And is it like more formal?
It's easier to read. On the screen, it's easier to read the sans serif.
And then serif is printed.
If you're printing, yeah. But the US government, the official font of the US government, and I don't know. what
Is now
it's
Comic
called.
Sans.
Yes.
Is it really?
But
As of
Calligraphy.
today.
That's not true. Oh,
As of Monday.
I was really alarmed.
Sorry, I need to run.
No worries. Thank you, Maria.